Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful boys and girls, wonderful people of this earth. Today, we're going to be talking about something called self-worth. What is self-worth? How do you attain it? Why is it important? And what are we here to do with it? So, I like going back to Jim Rohn's thing about self-worth, which is if he or she can do it, I can do it. And this is super important because no human on this planet has anything, any resource that you do not have within them, okay? Kingdom of heaven is within you. The kingdom of God, the universe is within you. Source energy, consciousness, prana is within you. The energy that creates world is within you. And so anything that anyone can do, you can do as well. And I apply this to like when I'm at a job site or when I'm in a business meeting and I see or somebody tells me a story that they did something, that they had an accomplishment. For instance, they made like a sale or something. Immediately, my mind goes to, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. If that guy can do it, I can do it. Okay? And I don't just mean anybody. Like if that guy did it, then that means that for sure, 100%, I can do it. That is self-worth at its basic level, like base level self-worth. If they can get up on stage and talk to 100,000 people, I can get up on stage and talk to 100,000 people. If they can go make music and put out the music and get famous putting out music, I can do that same thing. If that guy can walk into a house without knowing a sales script, not knowing how insurance works, and get a sale, that means that I can do the same thing and get a sale, okay? Self-worth is pretty much just that. If I can get on here and make these videos and do what I'm doing here, so can you. Dan Kennedy calls it, be the wizard, okay? There are a lot of wizards out there. There are a lot of people who say, I can do this thing. I'm very special, okay? And yeah, when you're in the marketplace, you want people to believe. You want people who are, as Zig Ziglar calls it, walking around with their umbilical cords out, looking for somewhere to plug it in, okay? And so if you're going to be a wizard, if you're going to be that place where people plug in their umbilical cords, you got to have this sense of self-worth. And yeah, I mean, it is sort of a top 10% energy. It is sort of a top percentage of the population energy where you're not looking for anywhere to plug it in because you are the source where people plug it in, okay? People are coming to you for the wizardry. People come to you for the advice. What I'm saying is self-worth is saying that anyone can do that. And if you see somebody do something, I don't care what it is, you can do it too. Maybe it takes practice. Maybe it takes time and effort. Maybe it takes patience and perseverance, but you can do it too, whatever it is, okay? That is self-worth. Now, let's take it a step further. Now you've seen people do things, and now you believe that you can do what those people have done. But a heightened sense of self-worth is about believing in things that you can't see. Having visions of success that have never been done. Seeing things that nobody else sees and still believing that you can do them. This is visionary. This is prophetic. This is how you become 1%, part of the 1%, part of the big picture. Seeing something without anybody having done it before and knowing that you can do it. That is a very heightened sense of self-worth, and it is very important that if you're going to be a crazy dreamer, that you believe in your crazy dreams. Okay? Alex Hormozy says, this world belongs to the optimists. Okay? You know, everybody else is right 99% of the time, but the optimist is right 100% of the time. And what that means is, what he says it means is, people will tell you that it's not going to work out, and maybe they're right. Okay, maybe they'll tell you, or they'll think to themselves that whatever you're doing isn't going to work. Or whatever person that you're with, that's not the one for you. And yeah, sure, they're right 99% of the time. But the one thing that does work, The one time you hit the home run and you make that home run offer and you make more money than your entire family has made in their entire lives, and you become greater than anyone in your bloodline has become in the last 100 years, it belongs to you. You're the optimist. You're the crazy dreamer. There's no reason to stop dreaming. There's no reason to believe that you can't. You better believe that you can. You better believe that if they can do it, you can do it for sure. And after you prove that to yourself many times over, you're going to realize anything that I believe, I can do. And you'll have trained your body, your mind, and your spirit to believe that same thing as well. Okay. What are we at? We're dipping into 5 minutes and 50 seconds, but let's get into the tarot, okay? Whoever I'm talking to, you've got some energy. You got some sense of self-worth now developing. That's why I think self-worth is important, but let's see who you are today. Let's do a tarot reading for today. 2 of Wands in reverse, along with the Knight of Swords. So, okay. Okay, so he's holding this world in his hand. He's holding on to his creation, but there is a creation behind him that he doesn't yet see. I think this is having to do with that sense of there is a vision that there is something that you are doing right now where, yeah, it's all about Knight of Wands is going after it and taking action. And he's a little bit hasty, so maybe, you know, there's some contemplation needed. Okay, there is some thought process that you still need to have about what it is that you're doing. The Fool. Okay, so there is some thought process and decisions that need to be made. You need to make some decisions, because once you make a decision and you stick to it, which means you decide, like, this is what I'm going to do, at that point, then you can enter into this Fool energy. You can enter into this energy of leaving everything behind you, going all in on a situation, and just being who you are, showing up as yourself, showing up as a relaxed version. And so in order to do that, you're going to need to release some other decisions. When you make this one choice, you're going to be releasing all of the other choices that you may have made. But here's the thing. I mean, you're entering into this new energy. This is big for you. This is a small part. You're currently purging. I'm getting a sense that you're purging. You're letting go of things that no longer serve you. You're stopping eating those foods that don't serve you. You're also maybe contemplating old emotions at this point, at this time. And those old emotions that are coming up need to be released. Okay? So release them with vigor. Release them with, like, go after it. Like, really try to purge your food. Really try to purge your stuff. Really try to get rid of the things that you don't want or that don't serve you or don't make you feel happy. Really try to get rid of the friends and the people that are surrounding you who are not serving you well, okay? And even, like, we become the 5 people who we are most around, who we are around the most, okay? Regardless of whether you like it or not. No matter how powerful of a creator you are, if you are constantly surrounded by people who are bringing you down, who are putting on the traits that you do not want, those traits are going to be subconsciously transferred to you, okay? And I know that I'm talking to leaders right now. I know I'm talking to people who are of high influence. And yeah, you're going to influence them more than they influence you. But you will still pick up a small portion of what they have, okay? Especially if you're constantly being reminded of what they are, okay? And constantly having to see it in your reality, okay? Because if you're constantly seeing it in your reality, the lesson there is not that, like, especially if you've made the changes already, the lesson is not that you need to make more and more and more changes over and over and over again. The lesson is that you need to get rid of these people, okay? Whether you need to leave their presence or you need to just stop being around them or ignoring them or whatever it is, okay? So that's the purging that's happening. It's all about casting a singular vision. Okay, I'm going to pull another card. Yeah, meditation, contemplation, sitting back, getting into your sacred space, getting into a sacred space where you feel comfortable, where you feel like you are very supported by the universe. whether that's in nature, that's in your bed, that's in a meditative place, that's on the yoga mat, wherever it is. Get into that space and start meditating. Start contemplating how you want to go about this thing. And then commit to it. Make a vow to yourself. Make a commitment. Because as soon as you make a commitment, I'm going to do this in exchange for this, the universe has to comply. Okay? And that's why we see the Fool here. And that's why we see the star following the Fool. Because you're about to set out on this new journey of commitment. And when you commit to something, it's almost like when you make that vow, when you go forward, it's almost like everything gets out of the way. And this is why the Fool came out. Because when you actually say to yourself, I'm going to do 100 push-ups a day, okay, in exchange for stronger arms, okay, when you actually make that commitment, everything gets out of the way. The push-ups become easier. The method to getting to them becomes easier. The amount of time that you have for them becomes more. Like, you just start to see all of the things out of the way. Now, that's a small example, okay? Something good to commit to if you want stronger arms. But once you make a vow, once you make a commitment, once you burn the ships, and there's only one way to go, there's only one thing to do, then it becomes so much easier to do that thing. You're no longer having your mind tell you, what about this? What about that? What about that? You're no longer having your mind shift in many different directions or give energy and awareness to many different things. Now, all of the energy is going to one vow, one commitment. Okay? And that's why it's so easy for this Fool to stay relaxed. And this is what the energy that you want to be in when you're entering into this when you're entering into this new energy. It's like you want to be free, relaxed, joyful. You want to have an open heart. And so that's going to be your best course of action. It's going to bring about this, like, you've been going through these changes, and it's great, like, awesome. Like, you might think that you are, like, done, like you're at the precipice right now, you're at the peak, but baby, you just plateaued. Like, you just went up the side of the mountain. Now you're here, and there's a lot more mountain up there. Okay, there's a lot more to go. And it's beautiful because you're going to be a shining star throughout it. People are going to be watching you. People are going to want to know, what is this guy doing differently? Okay? And it's not going to be that you're doing something differently, like physically. You're not going to have physical, like, you might be doing the same exact thing that everybody's doing in the physical, in the 3D. But it is your meditation. It is the inner work that you're doing. It is the belief system and the paradigm shift and the new paradigm that you have that's going to show what you are. Okay? And people are going to want to know. People are going to start following you. And just get ready to be a person of high influence, because, like, there are going to be a lot of followers. There are going to be a lot of people trying to copy you. There are going to be a lot of people trying to do that. And that's okay, because that's how a movement starts, okay? Movements start when people copy other people, okay? Okay, yeah, the Nine of Cups. Let me just read this right out the book, because I love what this book says about the Nine of Cups. So yeah, like, contemplation today, but by tomorrow or the next 48 hours, you will have a decision made, a vow, commitment made. And that vow and commitment is going to put you right into the Fool energy, which is going to lead to the Star and this Nine of Cups. Let me read this out loud. Bliss and harmony. At last, the card of wishes come true. When the Nine of Cups appears, worries and fears will be cast away. A new phase of peace and harmony awaits. The world seems to be granting your every wish. Good health, happiness, and even material gains are headed your way. Enjoy. That's a tough card. Like, that's a brilliant card right there. That's a beautiful, gorgeous card. I can tell that you're a beautiful, gorgeous person, because in order to get here, you've had to go through this purging. You've had to go through much more purging. You've had to go through an opening of the heart center. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay? That is a beautiful thing. Aphrodite, your inner goddess, Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So I'm getting a sense that you are going to be, you're going to be in this mode where it's like you made this vow, you made this commitment, but like you don't need to do more than that. When you make the vow, do what it is you said you're going to do, and then go home and take care of yourself. Excuse me. Like what this means is, let's say you work a 9 to 5, okay, and your new venture, your new vow is that you're going to put in these 8 hours and you're going to crush it, right? Like you make a commitment to do like 300 calls in the 900 hour, or in the 9 hour, or the 8 hours, whatever it is, right? So your commitment is to these 300 calls. Okay. First of all, make sure that you can get that done in 8 hours. Okay. So that you're not staying late ever. Okay. When 5 o'clock hits, you're done. Okay. You want to make sure that you can hit your goal within that time. Okay. And when you're done with your goal, like when you made the 300th call or the 100th call, whatever it is, when you've made that last call, that's it. Okay. That's all you need to do. Don't go over. Okay. Don't stop short, but there's no need to go over. When 5 o'clock hits, when you've hit that call, go home, rest, eat, do your meditations, do your yoga, take care of yourself, go out in nature, start diversifying your space and your creation. Because if you sit in this and you just only focus on one thing, yeah, you might get it faster. Like let's say you do 500 calls a day. Like one day you're really feeling it, so you do 500 calls. Well, that's going to dig into more time, okay? And then 2 days later, when you're not really feeling it and you only have done 200 calls, that energy is not going to have the same, like, you're going to start making excuses and stuff like that. You want to stick to one vow. Like if I am doing SAT questions and I say I'm going to do 100 SAT questions a day, okay? Stop at 100 and then go outside, go play, go nurture yourself, go dance, go do the other things, because it's about balance, okay? It's about taking care of yourself holistically, okay? We're no longer in a time where it's all about grind, okay? Yeah, we want the monetary value that we get from this, whatever this work is. Yeah, we want the fulfillment. But we do not want to take away from our nutrition, our sleep, our rest, our play. We don't want to take away from our relationships, okay? That's old world behavior. This is the new earth. And on the new earth, we balance everything, okay? If you have kids, you want to be taking care of them, giving them time. You don't want to go overexpand yourself, overextend, and you don't want to stop short, okay? So this is all about balance and choosing a number or choosing amount of hours that is going to both serve you, okay, and is going to serve your holistic health at the same time, okay? Learning experience. You may be learning new things at this time. Holy love. Okay, your angels want to know that when you're connected to your heart and you're going through the learning experience, everything is easy. If you have to force it, it's probably shit. If you've ever heard that, like if you have to force something, if you're having to push for something, it's probably not aligned with you in the greatest way it's probably not aligned with what you are, who you are. So being this person, they're letting you know you're wrapped in holy love. If the person that you're working with is meant to work with you, they're going to recognize it subconsciously. They're going to see that your heart center is wide open. And they're not going to see that in the 3D. They might see that in the 5D. Their spirit might recognize your spirit. Their higher self might recognize your higher self from past lives or past realms. So that connection is going to be there instantaneously. So it's like the things that are easy are the things that you want to go for. Okay? And a lot of people, and this is part of like abundance mindset. A lot of people would think, no, I have to do the hard thing to get the most money, or the hard thing to get the most abundance and resources. And that is wrong thinking. If you think that way as a business owner, you're going to start to neglect the easy ways to make money, the easy ways to increase your business, the easy ways to increase your clientele and your retention and your referrals. All of those easy ways, you're going to say to yourself, no, that's too easy. I don't want to do. Nah. See, you have to change your thinking. It's super easy to get the low-hanging fruit, and what that's going to do is provide momentum so that there's more low-hanging fruit later on. You want to activate and apply all of the ways to make money, all of the ways to gather resources, all of the ways to get referrals that are easy right now. Because like you're already going to separate yourself from the 80% of people who focus on the hard stuff because they think that they need to do hard things to get resources. Like, no, you don't need to do hard things to get resources. In fact, you can just do easy things and you'll probably even get better results doing easy stuff. Okay? So it's not really about work. It's about strategy and just seeing from a higher perspective. Okay? Let's see what the Fae have to say. 2 cards. The Lovers and the Emperor. Okay, so you either are like this Emperor, you're using logic and structure to increase your success, get organized. So when I say things are easy, right? Yeah, you're looking for easy things, but you want things to be easy for you too. So make sure your calendar is updated. Make sure that you have a system, because a system maybe it's hard to make the first time you make it. Maybe it takes 3 hours to make your calendar set up. Or maybe it takes 3 hours to get your email set up and all that stuff. But once you set up a system, now people can just come in. And you never have to set it up ever again, okay? So just set things up like that. Maybe you have a newsletter. You set up a structure for the newsletter. You have like a structure so that it's very easy for every month you to go in and just type it up. Bam, 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 bam. Here's the structure. The structure might take a lot of time to make, but once you make it one time, it's done, okay? So get structured, get organized. This is the card about hard work, so make sure you stick to that vow as well, okay? Like the 4 is saying, stick to the vow, do the 300 phone calls, do the 100 SAT questions, but in those questions, be in the moment, be in holy love, be engaged and free and open and relaxed, okay? The Lovers, you might have love coming in. True love that is long lasting, choices made from the heart. Yeah, be in love, be in love, be in love, be in love. Yeah, you made these commitments. Yeah, it's work, but don't see it as work. Do what you enjoy, okay? Do the things that you enjoy to do. And you're going to find that you're going to make so much more. You'll be so much more wealthy when you do things that you actually enjoy, when you put forth loving energy. Like loving energy. Like you could go do the 300 phone calls in a spirit of, I don't really like this. If 300 is too big a number for you, make it 150. But do each phone call with love. What I'm saying is that you could have a less number, right? But if you do each phone call with more energy, higher quality, then you'll get probably even better results than if you did the 300 with really bad energy. If you think that 100 SAT questions is too much, okay, then do 50, but do them all with vigor. Do them all with love. Do them all like really engaged in learning. And so you'll probably get better results doing the 50 than you will with the 100. And this is how the new world is going. It's all about love. It's all about being present. It's all about being here in the moment. Let's pull one card from here. Laugh as much as you breathe. Love as long as you live. Have fun, enjoy life, nurture relationships. Yeah, like I can see that you're going into a very career-oriented reading here, but what you're spirit guides and your angels, and like what they want you to know, what Aphrodite wants you to know is that like just be in love. It's okay to make a smaller vow for you as long as you're putting forth the love. Like if you make 100 phone calls or even 50 phone calls, but each phone call is made with loving energy, and you know you're doing it with a resolve, and it excites you a little bit, but it doesn't overwhelm you. That's sort of the number that you want to go for. If it excites you a little bit, if you get it done, like, yeah, you'll feel accomplished if you get that many done. But it's not going to overwhelm you. Like maybe do 80 SAT questions. And then after 4 weeks, you can change it. You can be like, okay, you know what? This is super easy. I feel like I can go up to 90. Don't increase it by 100. Don't say I want to do 180 now. Increase it by something that excites you. It's going to be like, yeah, I accomplished that. Okay? That's going to be it for today, guys. The Lover's Death is here. There's a lot of love in the air. So just be in love. Laugh whenever you can. Be in love with life. I love you guys. Have a great day.